Alright guys, in today's video we have some significant PlayStation news and information to go over and discuss. So before we dive into today's topics, guys, do me a favor, hit the like button to help the video out and show your support. And if you are new here to the channel, please do me a big favor and hit that subscribe button as well. We are starting here though talking about the biggest PlayStation exclusive, in my opinion, as of right now, that we are waiting for because it's supposed to come out in 2021. But it seems that reports coming out are letting us know it has in fact been delayed to 2022. Now, this is still a rumor, but today we got clarification from one of the industry's leading insiders or most reputable insiders. And so I feel confident in covering this and letting you guys know that it seems Sony is going to be announcing the delay of Horizon Forbidden West in the coming weeks. So this is coming from Jason Schreier. And over on his Twitter, he says, Sony has delayed the PlayStation exclusive Horizon Forbidden West to the first quarter of 2022, a source tells Bloomberg, confirming a rumor shared by Jeff Grubb yesterday, the latest in the video game industry's cascade of 2021 delays. And he goes on to say, to clarify one question, it seems like the original rumor was that Sony hadn't decided yet, but my understanding is that the game was delayed a little while ago. And then Keanu Reeves over on Twitter, it's not really Keanu Reeves, says Jeff Grubb said it wasn't decided yet. So are you corroborating his rumor or are you saying something different? Jason Schreier replies by saying, I am telling you, it is decided and delayed. So he is definitively telling us that this is a done deal at this point, which is why I feel confident in covering this, because Jeff Grubb yesterday was seemingly a little bit unsure. It is worth noting that Jeff Grubb did mention Sony is planning something for September, maybe a state of play, something along those lines. I don't know if it's going to be a full event or anything like that, but they are planning something in September, and you have to imagine that we're going to be getting an update on not only Horizon Forbidden West, but the next God of War, and maybe some other stuff as well. Maybe, you know, Abandon, whatever's going on there. And so here you go. We have Jason Schreier pretty much confirming it. Now, I highly doubt Jason Schreier would be saying this as definitively as he is, risking his reputation if he wasn't 100% certain that this is a thing. And so this is why I felt confident in covering this. It's hard to say when Sony is going to announce the delay. They could speed up the announcement of the delay because it's being reported on now. For all I know, by the time this video is released, they could have officially confirmed it, or we may have to wait a little while until they decide to show the game off again. The thing is, if they're going to announce a delay, I think it would be wise of them to show more of the game before they do, because it, you know, kind of cushions the blow a little bit and makes it easier to accept that this is what has to happen. We are going to have a much deeper discussion on this on the next episode of Press X Podcast, which is going to be happening this Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern. So we're obviously going to be talking about what this means for Sony for the remainder of the year and what it means for 2022. But let me know down in the comments below what you think about this and what you think about Horizon now being pushed to 2022. Moving on to the next topic, though, it is talking about yet another game delay, although maybe not nearly as significant. We're talking about Kena Bridge of Spirits and how it has been delayed by 1 month. It has been delayed into September. So over on Ember Labs official Twitter, or the Kena Bridge of Spirits official Twitter, they released a little update for us here regarding this title, and they say, we have made the difficult decision to delay the release of Kena until September 21st to polish the game across all platforms. The team has been working extremely hard, and we feel the extra time is critical to ensure the best experience possible. We know many of you are eager to play, and we appreciate your patience as the team continues to work on delivering the best version of Kena. Thank you for your amazing support, the Ember Lab team. And so this, to me, is not that significant, but it's still something we do have to mention because a lot of people are very much excited for Kena Bridge of Spirits, myself included, and so we're going to have to wait about another month to play it, which honestly, I think is perfectly fine considering Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, which is a game I plan to purchase, was releasing on August 20th. It would have been a little bit difficult to try to juggle both games considering how massive Ghost of Tsushima is. So there you go. We are going to have to wait a little bit longer to play Kenna, but it's in the name of making sure that they can polish the game and get it up to the quality that seemingly they know everybody is expecting. Moving on to the next topic, we're talking about the PS5 system software beta that finally enables SSD storage expansion, vertical trophy lists, trophy tracker, control center customization, and more. It is a massive update, and there is a lot involved with it. So this is reading from PlayStation Lifestyle, and it says, after signups went live in June, the latest PS5 system software beta is available to some lucky players who were granted early access to the upcoming software update. Most notably, this PS5 system software beta enables the SSD storage expansion bay, allowing users to finally install extended storage options and expand the available internal SSD space on their PS5 consoles. Additionally, the update makes some fundamental changes to the PS5 UI and menus, including changing trophy lists back to vertical and enabling reorganization of the control center. The enabling of the SSD expansion bay is the headline feature of the PS5 system software beta, and even comes with manufacturers starting to confirm compatible drives that are approved by Sony to work in the slot. Sony has updated a new support page with information on the PS5 SSD expansion options, which can get rather complicated. Part of the caveats here include potentially needing to install your own cooling structure / heatsink to a compatible SSD if it doesn't already have one of its own. The SSD expansion slot is also quite narrow, which limits which drives can be used with it. Seagate has already confirmed that its upcoming FireCuda 530 line meets the required specs after testing with Sony and will fit in the slot even with the installed heatsink. While Sony notes that it can't guarantee the performance of games played via the SSD expansion, it made the same caveat regarding PS4 backwards compatibility and seems to be more of a standard disclaimer than any kind of indication that using an SSD expansion will lower the quality and performance of games. Sony has outlined the following required specs for a compatible M.2 NVMe SSD expansion, though notes that because of the system software update is in beta, these specs are subject to change. And so actually I'm going to link this down below so you can check out all of the details, because there's quite a lot here and there's quite a lot to go over. Too much for this video. So if you are interested in knowing every single detail, it's going to be in the link down below. It goes on to say, note that SSD expansion capabilities are only available to users who have gotten into the PS5 system software beta at this time. Don't try adding an expansion drive if you aren't part of the beta program. In the PS5 settings, the expansion drive will be listed as a separate storage device, and you can move games freely among the internal SSD, the expansion SSD, and a USB external drive. Note that PS5 games cannot be played from the external USB drive. It can only be used for cold storage and PS4 titles, which I think most of you already know that. It continues by letting us know more information about the system software update and the other features that it's going to be bringing to the PS5. Other features in the PS5 system software update beta include a change to the trophy list, going from the current horizontal layout / cards back to vertical lists that make it easier to quickly scan the trophy list. It also includes a trophy tracker feature, which allows players to pin up to 5 trophies per game to easily track while playing. So I actually really love this. I'm glad Sony has taken the feedback and decided to go back to the vertical trophy lists. It's a little bit annoying because I feel like I just finally got used to the horizontal trophy list, but all in all, I do think that the vertical trophy lists are much better. So really glad to see that. And this trophy tracker sounds really convenient as well. It continues to say that you'll also be able to get 3D audio via TV speakers, a feature that was previously limited to headphones only. Additional 3D audio settings have been added for players to fine-tune. It also allows players to use the DualSense microphone to measure room acoustics and adjust the settings accordingly. So this is another big one where people, I feel like, have been waiting for this for a long time, which is being able to enable 3D audio outside of your headset and use it with your sound system or your sound bar, whatever you may have hooked up. And I'm really excited to try this out because 3D audio is a pretty big difference maker when it's implemented correctly. So being able to finally have that integrated with your sound system setup is definitely a big win there. It continues by saying multiple home screen options have been changed, such as more clearly labeling which games are PS4 and PS5 versions and separating out versions of games in the game library. Additionally, players can customize the control center menu that pops up when you tap the PlayStation button, rearranging the order of the functions to whatever they prefer. Changes to the game base should improve the functionality of parties and friends list, and finally, updates are coming to PlayStation Now, including a resolution selector. Sony notes that all of these features are currently part of the beta and subject to change before the full release of the PS5 system software. It's unknown how long this PS5 system software update will remain in beta before going live for all players, but in the past, they usually last anywhere from a few weeks to a month. For now, unless you're part of the beta test, we'd recommend holding off on purchasing an SSD expansion drive until Sony releases more information about the full public PS5 system software update. And so just to give you my thoughts on the whole SSD expansion situation, I'm really not a big fan of the way Sony is handling it here. And I know that some people are going to push back against me with that, but understand that it's just my own opinion. To be completely honest, I have not run into a situation yet where the storage that is offered inside of the PS5 has become a problem for me. I frequently delete games when I'm done with them, and I usually don't have that many games that I'm playing at one time that it pretty much fills up my entire drive. But I have to say, I am a little bit disheartened at how seemingly complicated this whole situation is if I just want to expand storage. Not only is it extremely expensive, but the whole process just seems a little bit cumbersome. You know, I have to say that this is one area where I think Microsoft did a very good job. They had a expansion drive ready to go, and it's just plug and play. And to me, that's important because that's what console gaming is all about. It's supposed to be simple. Simplicity is key with console gaming, and so I do have to give that to Microsoft here with the Series X, having that ready to go. It's not that the whole situation is that complicated, but you know, it seems like Sony was a little bit underprepared in this case. And so for now, I'm just going to hold off on the SSD storage expansion, and maybe down the line when, you know, drives kind of come down in price and whatnot, I'll consider doing it. But maybe you can let me know down in the comments below what you think about the way Sony has handled the PS5 SSD expansion slot and whether or not you plan to add more drives. It is worth noting, as I said, that it can be very, very expensive. Like, I think if you want 4 terabytes or something like that of expansion, it's going to cost like $1,000, something absurd like that. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you think about all the information we went over here today. Be sure to leave the video a like if you enjoyed it or found it informative, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.